Hi, I'm Trevor Dale, and I'm here with Trevor Dale to talk about how he helps new investment clients. Welcome, Trevor.
Well, thanks, Trevor. It's great to be here. Have we met before?
I don't think so, but my first question is, how do you help new investment clients?
So, new investment clients are more than just managing someone's investments. You see, there's a purpose behind those investments, and it's usually retirement. And there's a greater piecing of the puzzle that goes into all these different things. So, what I try to do is I try to take a holistic approach, understanding who they are as people, what their tendencies are, but also understanding, do they have kids? Where are their kids at in their life cycle? What's going on with them? Are they paying for expenses? Do they have aging parents? Are they taking time out of their lives to help out their aging parents? Or do they have financial resources that are required for them? How do all these things fit together? What's their mortgage like? What's their life insurance like? How do all these things, their job, how does it all fit together? And understanding that gives me a better sense of how to properly invest due to all these complexities going on in their life.
I'm told about two questions that you ask every single investment client that act as the foundation for everything that you do. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, those two questions are how much cash you need and when do you need it by? Because if I can understand those two questions, I can start to reconstruct everything else. Because if I know what the end point is supposed to be like, what someone's trying to achieve, it's usually retirement, then I can start to understand how much they need to fund those expenses. I can start to understand what that translates into in today's dollars. I can start preparing for market fluctuations so that I can keep those cash payments consistent or not eating into their stock portfolio in the meantime, and trying to just understand how it all fits together. So understanding those two questions will really help me understand how to construct a portfolio today and then how to prepare for tomorrow. So it's how much cash you need and when do you need it by.
So many times we hear how the world is so interconnected, and even from an investment perspective. Can you talk about how you think of investing from a global perspective?
Yeah, so it's funny, in the early 2000s and 90s, we talked a lot about globalization and how it was changing the world. And even the internet has changed so many things by bringing people closer together. But what we don't do is talk about how this is affecting our portfolios and where we can go. Because as Canadian citizens, a lot of investment companies will just default to holding Canadian stocks because, well, quite frankly, we're Canadian. But if you had someone based out of Germany, they wouldn't automatically put them into 40% Canadian stocks. That's not how they would see it. And they might be having the same home bias that a lot of Canadians have. So what I try to do is I take a step back, I take a globalization perspective, try to understand how it fits on a global perspective, and then start to construct a portfolio from there based on where I think the best upside return is with the least downside risk.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. I want you to tell me how you're different from other financial advisors.
Yeah, thanks. I really tried to set myself apart in two ways. The first way is by having a portfolio manager registration, and the main benefit to that is that as the markets change, I can automatically update people's portfolios, meaning that you don't have to wonder about, is my financial advisor taking a look at my portfolio and does anything need to change as the markets are changing, and what are they doing about it? Because you know that I have the portfolio manager registration, that I'm automatically looking at all of my clients and I'm trying to figure out who needs changes, if any at all, and then how do those impact your long-term financial goals. And so if I can take those into account and keep people's portfolios up to date, I think I've done a very good job in offering a very good solution for people. The second way that I try to set myself apart is by being able to provide advice on many different fronts, because not only am I licensed as a portfolio manager, but I'm also licensed as a life insurance broker and a mortgage agent. So having done that, what I can do is I can deliver on the credit perspective. Maybe you're going to buy a rental property, or you want to invest in participating life insurance, or get an annuity or segregated funds or creditor protection through some of those products. Or we're going to look at stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds. Because I can deal with all of those products, it allows me the ability to be less biased in terms of just selling it. Because if I was just licensed for mutual funds, that would be all I could sell, and I would want more clients. But because I can have a client and deliver all of those products, we can really have an honest conversation about where the best fit is for them.
Well, thank you for taking your time to share your thoughts, and come to think of it, you do look oddly familiar.
Right? It's weird.